Hello, everyone. I thought that this week would be a great opportunity to show all of you how to do MLA and APA formatting. Now, I know that in MindEdge, we have a whole module that is discussing this. You also are taking a quiz that tells you which style, whether APA or MLA, is best for you. So please follow that. I also have a couple of guides for you that I will share in this post. What I really wanted to show you is how to physically set up the document in terms of how Microsoft Word and Google Docs works, because I know that some people like Google Docs, some people like Microsoft Word, so it is entirely up to you. I personally knew Microsoft Word from the time where the paperclip assistant was all the rage, and we had floppy disks instead of a CD drive, and everything that we have now, digital downloads, streaming services. So this is how we set up MLA formatting. Now, what's great about Microsoft Word is it has all of your margins set up. The first thing that I want to show, now I am going to just simply create a sample page here. So we have student name, we have my name, we have the course title, and then I am just going to use today's date, but you can use whatever date you want to use. Personally, what I used to do when I was in school is I would use the due date. It honestly, it helped as a reminder, as well as just, I don't know, I just liked doing it. So it's entirely up to you. I am now going to center a line, and I am going to title this, let's say English 122 Critical Analysis Essay. Okay, so something simple. You don't have to make this anything fancy. It could be simply, I've had some students go critical analysis essay, colon, and then the title of their article. I want to emphasize though, if you decide to use the title of your article for the title of your writing, you still need to mention the article title in your essay. So we would hit enter. Now notice this section is left aligned. This section is centered. When you hit enter, it's going to stay centered. So make sure you go back up to the paragraph section and left align. Okay. The next thing that we want to do, I tend to use Times New Roman as my default, and you'll see that all of these settings automatically showed up on my pages because I have them set as default, which I will also show you how to do. So up here, we can change the font. And just for sake of showing the default changes, I am going to change this to Arial. You can use Times New Roman or Arial, size 12, regardless of which one you choose. And then we have a couple of options. So with the font, with the paragraph, we can right click, or we can click these little drop down arrows, and the same thing will come up. So we're going to go to paragraph. We want to make sure that it is double. All right, so here is double, and we just simply hit OK. But I am going to set this as my default. So I'm going to click set as default. It's going to ask me, do I want to do this for this document or all documents? And I'm going to just say all documents. And this is a great step to take because you are going to need to do this in all of your classes in the future. Anytime you have an essay in the future, now you're going to be expected to know these things. So if we set for all documents, now you don't have to worry about the format of your essay. It's automatically going to be double spaced in either Arial or Times New Roman and size 12. So just click out of that. And again, we're going to enter. Make sure that we're using the tab key. I bumped it twice, excuse me. So we want to use the tab key. Actually, I hit enter before I set this default. So let me do that again. Left align, use the tab key to indent your paragraph. Okay, So just click here, hit tab, and then when I hit enter, it will automatically indent the paragraph. Okay, so it's just the tab key. I know in the past we would do the space bar 5 times and all of those things we had to do manually, but now we don't have to do that. All right, so this is the general setup for MLA formatting. Okay, I will go into APA in a moment, so let me just make sure that I have this set up. Now we need a page number. All right, and we're going to need our last name. So I am going to just type in a random name here. This is actually the name of my best friend's baby. She was just born about a week ago. So first name that came to my mind, but we're going to go Ezra Kelly. And so we want to have a heading, a header. So the easiest thing to do is click at the top of the page. This will open up our header options. Now, we want to insert a page number. The reason why we insert a page number is we want the pages to change as we go through our document. So I'm going to click page number. We want it at the top of the page and we want it right aligned. Now, I am not going to touch the page number at all when I do this next thing. So I'm going to type my last name. In this case, it's Kelly. I'm going to hit a space. I am going to highlight this whole section because, again, we want to make sure our fonts match. When you set as default, it should be set as whatever your default is. So for some reason, mine did not pick up Arial, so I'm not really sure why, but if you set as default, it might be that I didn't open a new document. So it might be that those settings didn't apply yet. Anyway, so we have last name, a space, and then the page number. So we can either hit the escape key or we can just click close header and footer. I'm going to hit the escape key. So here is our MLA formatted essay. Okay, we have this essay format. We don't have to worry now. As we move forward, everything is how it's supposed to be. So I am also going to show you the works cited page. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter. I am going to click insert. Now, what am I going to do here? I am going to create a page break. The reason why this is important is because if we don't do a page break, then our citation is not going to, the formatting is not going to stick, so to speak. Okay, so I'm going to go to insert page break. The beauty of this now is that anytime I change my essay, I know that my works cited page will not change. So I'm going to go back to the home screen. I'm going to click center align, and I'm going to simply type the words works cited. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to left align. So this is the basics. The body of my essay would be here, and as the essay builds, it would just keep moving down the page, just like it always would, but this works cited page will stay on its own page. Now, I am going to go back up to the browser because I do have a sample here, and I am just going to quickly copy and paste one of their citations. Hopefully. Yeah, here we go. Because I want to show you how it will look on the page. All right, so when you first enter a citation on your page, it's going to take the format of whatever you have. So you're manually typing these out. I'm going to be realistic. Maybe you use a citation generator, which if I'm going to recommend a citation generator, I would say the Purdue OWL. Which again, I will show you that resource that I just pulled up. I want to show you how to format this. So something that you will see in your rough draft is I will mention a hanging indent. So when we indent a paragraph, we want to indent the first line. Well, in MLA, when we get to the works cited, we want to indent everything other than that first line. So how do we do it? So back in the day, I used to have to do this. I would copy I would cut, I would hit enter, I would hit tab, I would paste it in, and I would have to do that for every single line. So let me just show you the next line. So I would have to do that. I would have to cut, I would have to hit enter, I would have to hit tab, and then I would have to paste it back in. So eventually I would end up with that. The reason why we have to do that is because if I were just to go to the second line, oh, okay, I need to indent this. So let me just hit tab. The whole thing will move over. So what we need to do is we need to manually indent this. So what we will do, or rather than manually, there's a setting in the paragraph features. So I'm going to highlight this. Again, I could right click and bring up the paragraph option. I am going to use the drop down just to show you what that looks like. So it will pop open. All you need to do is go to special, go and click hanging, and we're going to click OK. And now we have this hanging indent. This is how we want every citation to look. Notice though that the formatting is off. Okay, we want Arial because that's what we chose to use. And here is our citation. So please make sure that we are using our citations appropriately, that we have them properly formatted. This is how to do it in a Microsoft Word document. I want to show you very quickly. This is Purdue OWL. It's the University of Purdue, or it's Purdue, excuse me. It's Purdue University. I'm filming this first thing in the morning. So every now and again, I'll get a little bit tongue-tied, but I apologize. So we look at Purdue University's online writing lab. So that's where they get OWL from. They have these wonderful guides. So they have MLA style, they have APA style, and these guides are so helpful in getting through anything you need to. So the page that we're on is sample paper. One of the things that OWL has done, Purdue University has done, is they have created these wonderful citation generators. So it's powered by Citation Machine. Again, you know, I think it's great to know how to create your own citations, because you need to know what goes into a citation so that you're sure whether you're creating one on a citation generator or whether you create it manually, you know that the right things are going where they need to go. Now, I recommend to everyone to download both the APA and the MLA style guide, because you never know when those things might come in handy, and we offer them to you as part of your MindEdge text. So please use those. They are very helpful. What I wanted to show you on this sample paper is I wanted to show you a website. So let me just highlight this so we can see it closer. And I'm going to copy it and we're going to paste it into our document. So we're going to hit enter. We're going to paste this in. Now notice, once I format the first citation, that hanging indent continues. So that's really nice about doing it that way. Making it Arial, it is the proper format. So something I want to show you is we have right here a website. So we have the title of the web address, we have the title of the website, or in this case, the website that created this source. All right, and then the year that it was published. Now, why is it the year? Because most of the time with a website, they are not going to tell you the exact day, month, and year it was published. They are just going to let you use the website's copyright date. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the website, and I will show you this here. So notice this website doesn't have a date. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to get rid of this ad. And you should see, yes, there it is. You should see a copyright date. Now, the beauty of this is if you go to the copyright date, it's going to show you what organization published this. So the actual title of the website would be The Writing Lab, and the OWL at Purdue. Actually, it would be The Writing Lab, excuse me, and then the publishers would be the OWL at Purdue and Purdue University. Okay, so title of the website, and then this is the publisher information. And then this copyright date, that is the year it was published. So let's go back to our Word document. Okay, now this is a different source. So of course, copyright date. Now we need to include the web address. It should not be a hyperlink. When we paste these in, let me see if it will do that. I'm gonna hit enter. Oops. Messed up this formatting. Let me hit backspace and I will paste it in. Typically, oh, it didn't. This will highlight blue and it will be underlined. That is called your hyperlink. So you're going to right click and notice how it says link. If this were, actually what I'll do is I'll put it in here so that we actually have a hyperlink to get rid of. So it will look like this. All you're going to do is right click. The paragraph feature will show up and you just click remove hyperlink. That's it. Now you want your date access. So access 6 December, in this case, 2008. But if I accessed it today, it would be 1 August 2022. Now notice they only use the 6 and up here I use the 0. You can do either one. You can tell from this though that I'm used to the old format because we had to do that. So this is what your citation page will look like, okay? And notice that if I hit notice, no matter what I type, the works that, oh, it did not. It's making a liar out of me, guys. I'm not sure what it's doing. Maybe it's very early for Microsoft Word as well, but it is supposed to stay on its own page. And I'm not really sure why it did that. At any rate, here, let me show you this way perhaps. So I have this up here. Notice I hit backspace and went up to the first page. This stayed on its own. The backspace again, nothing happened to my works cited page. Everything is in place. Now I am going to minimize this and I'm going to show you on Google Docs. So I created just a blank Google Docs page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the same information. And I'm going to go up here to my alignment instead. English 122, critical analysis essay. Going to hit enter. Now, I am going to highlight this and I am going to go to the paragraph feature. I want it to be double spaced. Notice up here, it is Arial. We want it to be size 12. Now my essay is double spaced. Similar to Microsoft Word, we can double click at the top and open the header feature. Then what we want to do is options. We want page numbers. Starting at 1. All right, we want it on the first page. We're going to click apply. Now, when we are here, notice the default is left aligned. So rather than selecting it in a drop-down menu, you are just going to change it in your regular alignment section. I am still going to type my last name, and here I am. I hit escape, and I get out of the header feature, and I'm back into typing my essay. Hit enter. We want to make sure we change the alignment. To left align. And we also will use the tab key for indentation. See, instructors spell things wrong too. Okay. Sorry, I'm an English major, so I end up going through and editing as I go along. Okay, so I have this. Now what I want to do is I want to go to insert, let's see. Again, I am used to, let's see, insert, and we want page numbers, let's see, special characters. To see how we can do alignment, indentation, tools. What I'm going to do, and this is an option you can do, so this is helpful. If let's say I'm going through here and I've forgotten, oh, I'm not sure how I do this. So just hit enter, get it to its own page. I've also had students who make their works cited page its own file. If that works for you, go ahead. I know that some people are not as tech savvy, so I'll just show you that I'll do it this way and I'll put it on its own page. Something that I'm going to need to make sure of though, if I do it this way, when I finish typing my paper, that it's on its own page and it's at the top of the page. So I'm going to just center a line just like I did, works cited. I actually am going to go back into Word and I'm going to copy this because I want you to see what this looks like. All right, now see what I did here. Notice how the alignment is all messed up. What did I do? I can't get this alignment correct. So let me highlight it. And the reason why is because it is center aligned. I forgot to center align it. Now, I have two sources here already created. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to highlight it. I am going to go to paragraph options. Let's see, we're going to go to format, paragraph style. So something that is a little bit different, you'll notice with Word, Google Docs versus Word. All right, I can still highlight things the same. All right, I want to go to format though, instead of a paragraph feature. And instead of going to paragraph styles, I have to go to alignment and indent. And then I am going to go to indentation options, go down to special indent, and I'm going to select hanging and apply. All right, notice it did not impact this. So we have two options. I can either individually format this, or what I should be able to do, let's see if it does it for me. Exactly. What I did was I just backspaced and lined it up as if it was the same citation, and then I hit enter, and that format carried over. So you can do it that way, or like I said, you highlight, go to format, go to alignment and indentation, go to indentation options, and we're just selecting hanging. We click apply, and there we go. Here is our works cited page. Here is our heading. All of these things are in here, our header and our heading. Okay, so this is what it will look like on Google Docs, and this is what it will look like on a Word document. Well, Mrs. Ellis, or Professor Ellis, or Holly Ellis, as I prefer to be called, what do we do if we're in APA formatting? Okay, it's very, very similar. So APA formatting, and you will do all of these same things on Google Docs. There's nothing that I'm showing you that would be different. So I'm just going to show it to you on Word. So what we need first off is we need to put the essay on its own page. We want a title page. So we are going to go to our page break feature and insert, and we are going to hit enter, and we have this on its own page. Now, something that we often forget is when it comes to APA, I need to see your title. Now, you will know that you will learn that with APA formatting, we have a title page. So what we're going to do is we'll insert it at the title. All right, so here is the title. Now our essay starts. All right, with APA formatting, we also do not want our last name. We just want the page number. So we're going to hit escape, There's the page number. We are going to highlight this and center align. Now we want this aligned exactly in the middle of the page. What I'm going to do first is we want our title. So I'm just going to copy it and I'm going to paste it in. Now, we also want, and let me show you, because there is a different organization. I have a sample paper right here. So notice we have the title in bold. We have the person who is actually writing it. We also have the department and the school name. We have the course, we have the instructor, and we have the date we're submitting. So let's first rearrange these things. So we have the student who is submitting it. All right, we have English department. Now you can write out, you can write this out. You should write it out because that's the formal way of doing it. Okay, so we have our title. We want this to be in bold. We want an extra space because we want to highlight this is the title. We have our student name already. We have our department. Now we're going to do our class title and instructor name. All right, so this actually is switched. Okay, and English 122 is enough. Then we have my name, and then the date is going to change a little bit here. So in APA, we do August 1, 2022. Now, we want this to be center aligned. It's about 5 enters down the page. I'm not going to get out a ruler and check. It should simply look center aligned. So here is our title page. Here is where our essay starts. And now instead of works cited, we are going to title this references. Okay. Now, I also want to show you what the reference page will look like. So let me just scroll down in this sample so that you can see it. And again, this is Purdue OWL. I just went to the APA style guide. So notice how I go back and forth. You can use this, sample paper and model your essay the same way. This is a very long paper with figures because it wants to show you everything that you could do and how to format it. So here we have references, okay? It should appear bolded in center at the top. So, oh, oops, I forgot to do that. So I'm gonna make sure it's bold and center. Okay, notice how everything else is formatted the same. Notice how we have the year moved up, okay? Notice how in APA, they do not put the title in quotes. They still use italics. This page range, I want to address the page range. We are using a digital document and we should be referencing the entire article. You do not need to have a page range when you are doing your citation, because we know that when we use your link, we are going to go to that citation. You need to have the address in here, okay? We need to make sure we have that as part of our citation. With APA, we don't have the date access, but with MLA, we have the date access. So there are little nuances between APA and MLA. This is why I refer you to the style guide. Okay, so this is simply a general appearance of how APA looks. I did not change my citations to match APA, so please remember that. Okay, so here is APA, and I will go back to my Google Doc. Here is MLA. Very similar, very simple to format. So it's much easier to format than you would think. I am going to stop this video, and please refer to your APA style guide and your MLA style guide for anything that you do in the future. I hope that this has been helpful and informative. If you have any questions, you can always refer back to the processes in this video. Again, Purdue OWL has a great guide. You also have your APA and MLA style guide handbook. Please download both of those and save them so that you have access to them indefinitely. So thank you very much for watching this. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. I know I've been posting every day this week, but I want to make sure that you all understand what is expected in this final essay. We still have one more module to go of editing. So definitely more things to come. But if we get this out of the way this week during our module 6, then this will just make sure that you have everything in place. It's one less thing to worry about. You all have been working so hard at creating your citation pages, and you've all been doing so well. I just want to make sure that you get it to that next stage. So that way your essay grade isn't in any way damaged by just a simple little matter of having everything formatted properly. Again, though, if all else fails, please reach out to me. I'm always happy to lend a hand in any way that I possibly can. So again, have a great rest of the day, and I can't wait to see what you all create.